Howdy everybody, it's Cheri and I'm back in the craft camper for another edition of Will It Crank? Okay, a few days ago I shared my ice yarn haul and we're going to start out with one of those luscious yarns that I got in that big bundle of goodness. And we're going to start with the Ice Saver yarn. So this is the Saver yarn. This is the 100% Draylon acrylic. It's 330 meters. It's a size 4 or 4 weight yarn. So an Aran weight yarn. All right, I'm hoping it works, guys. We're going to use the Sentro 48. We're going to see how it does, so stay tuned. Okay, let's get this cast on and we will see how it does. Okay, so yeah, tucks, even with the weights, I'm being very careful. Let's talk about this. Okay, so my machine has a tendency to start having, if it doesn't have issues within the first 6 rows on my Sentro 48, right around the 50 or 60 row mark, I have issues. Be interesting to know if the rest of you get there too. I think if you have a little bit, I will tell you, with this yarn, I didn't use the what I would normally do for a 4-weight yarn is the middle tension. I used the outer tension or the loosest setting. It did great, guys. And even where there's, I want to show you, like, I don't know if I took it off. Maybe I took it off. I mean, look at how well, right here you can see. I don't know if there's, you can see, maybe it's not there. I had another tuck. I fixed the other ones. I fixed 3 of them. And, oh yeah, here. So I was going to show this here too. See, this is where a tuck was that I fixed. See that? And I want to show you, like, how this works. Like, you have to, like, rework the yarn to get it to go back to shape when you have a tuck like that. So if you ever have that, see, now you just keep reworking it till it gets back into, like, regular. But sometimes, depending on the yarn, if it has memory, it'll be a little wonky. So this is my thing. I generally, for the Sentro 48, I avoid any yarns that are going to be a problem. So a lot of times I will get questions. I will get question after question during the day. During the day, my messages will go off and it's like, how do you not get drops or tucks or whatever? I just pick yarns that work really well. So what we're going to do is I'm going to throw this into the Addi and let's give it a try in there and see how it does. So stay tuned. So I've got the Addi hooked up and we're going to give it a shot. Okay, so let's rate this out, guys. So I was not able to complete the task on the Sentro 48, or I should say I gave up. It's not about inability, it's just about, like, after so long, I ended up having like a tuck, and then I was having what I would consider a drop. And I think I showed how to, in another video, I'm going to do a clip out of that, how to fix it like a tuck. But what happens is instead of pulling 2 in, it kind of like skips a stitch, but it picks up the next one, so it doesn't run like a pantyhose run, but it is more like a drop than a tuck. That's what I was kind of having again and again and again. I will say it started to get in more of a bind. It's kind of like I thought. The yarn doesn't give as much, so the Sentro 48 doesn't like it. Now, a couple things. That's not to say that it isn't going to work on your machine, but few things you'd want to do. Not a lot of tension. So you want to have a real light tension on it, and you probably want to weight it. But if your machine starts to clunk, I would just stop. I wouldn't push it. So I busted out the Addi 46, and I did not get any tucks. I could see or hear it. You'll hear, like, once you get used to using the machines, you can hear when it's like going to be a problem. It never did drop or tuck, and it did crank okay, but occasionally I could watch the tube kind of rise and fall, and I could see where it was just struggling just a little bit. But guys, this yarn, it's some durable yarn. I ended up doing 140 rows. Hold on, I will try on the hat so you can see a ginormous hat that I made. Okay, hold on. I kind of like it. Okay, something I noticed about it is this is 140 rows on the Addi. It's kind of snug. It's a little snug, but it's not as snug as some of the others, except for when I do that, I can hear the crunchiness of the yarn. And you can see it kind of is tight, a little stretched out. But if I put a palm on that, that'd be pretty darn cute, 140 rows. Okay, so this is the thing. It seems very stretched, like it doesn't knit up as tight as I would expect a stiffer yarn. It does very much remind me of, I love this yarn brand from Hobby Lobby. The other thing is that I like about it is it doesn't fray like at all. Like, you're not going to get snags with this yarn. This would be great yarn for crocheting blankets, things like that. But it did okay on the Addi. Now, I would probably not use it on the Sentros or the Loom Bot because it's probably going to be a little bit of a problem. But if you like a little bit of a challenge, this would be a challenge. Okay, so let's rate it. So for softness, it does feel soft, but it's a little stiffer when I have it on. It's very warm, I will tell you that. I'll give it a 3. We'll give it 3 yarn balls for the softness. For color, I love the color, but it's just kind of plain, you know, just kind of plain. But I love the color. We'll do a 3 yarn balls for that too. For ease of crankability for the Sentro, it's a so it's 0 for the Sentro. For the Addi, we'll give it a 4. I'll give it a 4 because it didn't tuck, it didn't drop. It did pretty good. It didn't have a lot of memory in the tension, so it looks pretty good. So overall loveliness, we'll give it a 3. We'll give it a 3. Yeah. Okay, guys, so that's it. This is the Saver, the Draylon, 100% Draylon acrylic from Ice Yarns. It did okay in the Addi, not so much in the Sentro. So hopefully this is helpful, and we'll see you again for another Will It Crank. Thanks for watching. Have a great one.